All of you, page number 84 of your Marigold book. Page number 84 of your Marigold book. Switch on your cameras. I can't see half of you today. Bhavya, Vedant, Neva, Radhya, Dhyan, Vishrut.
Ma'am, all of our camera is on. Your camera is off.
Is it?
Yes.
Mine is also on.
Now it is on. For first one it's off.
It is coming and going today. I don't know. Something's wrong with the net.
Ma'am, which page number?
Page number 84. Page number 84 of your Marigold textbook. So we had done the other day using sign language, make these words, make these letters with your hand, right? Now next is spell these words through hand signs. So we have to spell Helen. Helen. Spell all of you Helen.
Ma'am, I've already spelled.
Spell Helen, all of you.
Ma'am, you are not looking clear.
H-E-L-E.
Ma'am, done. I've spelled.
Mm.
Ma'am, done. Ma'am, see.
Helen, right. Next is was. Spell was.
Easy.
W-A-S. W is very nice. W.
Ma'am, I have already done that. It is like this. Not we have to not do like this. It is like this.
It is like this?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it is like this. Outside.
ma'am.
This is the W line, no? This is the W line.
Ma'am, I have already done this activity.
Was. Okay. So tell me, how do people who cannot see at all, read? We had discussed this, right?
Ma'am,
How
I
do
can say,
people? Yeah, tell me.
yeah, the blind people has a special kind of book that has dots.
That has dots. Yeah. That has embossed dots, so they can feel it around those dots and see the pattern.
And these books are called braille language.
Braille script. Yeah, this script is called Braille script. So, what is the script for?
It was invented by Louis Philippe.
What? Can't hear you.
It was means invented by Louis Braille.
Yeah, correct. It was invented by this person only, and that's why the name of this language has been kept on his name, right? Next is, what is the script for children who cannot see called? We all know it is called Braille. How do you think you can help children who cannot see? How will you help them? Yes. Moksh.
Ma'am, by giving them directions from our support means from taking their hand and crossing their things and telling them that be careful, there are stairs and like that, and giving them that books that they are.
The Braille script books. They won't be able to read the
Alphabets.
our books, no? So we have to give them those books which they can read. Anything else you want to add? Is there any other way we can help them? They are blind, just blind. It is easier to teach blind people than people who are deaf also and blind also.
Yes, it is
Because you
easy.
can give them directions and they can hear and follow those directions. I'm talking about the blind people, right? We can talk to them and make them understand, people who are blind. But people who are deaf, it's more difficult to make them understand. You have to guide them all the more because they cannot hear us also. So they won't be able to follow the directions and they cannot see also. So we have to be very careful with them, because if we leave them all alone, they might hurt themselves, falling here and there, because for them, the world is like a dark place, right? So, what do we learn from? Do we get to learn something from these kind of people who don't have eyes? I mean, who cannot see, who don't have vision, who cannot hear? What do we learn from this? Yes, Manya.
Yes, ma'am, I had a doubt because some there are some blind people and deaf people. If one people have blind and it is also deaf, he or she is also deaf. So how do we follow them? Means how do they follow us? Directions. If we show some directions, they will not able to see us.
We
See
cannot
us.
show them the directions. We only have to take them there, holding their
Correct.
hand. We cannot show them because they cannot see. We cannot tell them because they cannot hear. That's what I'm saying. It's more difficult to take care of a person who's blind and deaf, or to teach a person who's blind and deaf, than a person who is just blind or just deaf, right? A
Okay,
person
ma'am.
is
But there is there a language for them?
maybe doctors must be knowing, all those people who all those doctors who treat these people, they must be providing them with some way
Okay,
out. There are some hearing aids also, but not most of them get helped by those hearing aids. If you have a little hope that you can hear a little, then those hearing aids improve your listening thing. But if you cannot hear at all, then you those hearing aids will also not help.
okay, ma'am.
Nishwa, what were you saying?
Hello.
Nishwa,
I we have done the how do we help the children? We don't hear and see, so we talk no. Helen cannot see and hear, but he can talk. She can talk no.
no. How will she talk? What is talking actually? Talking is pronouncing, right? Pronouncing the words, saying the words. If she doesn't know how to pronounce the words, how will she talk? Did you people watch the movie Helen Keller?
Hello, ma'am.
On
What
the
we call
weekend,
the
please
people?
watch. On
Ma'am,
the
what we
weekend.
call the people who cannot speak?
Dumb.
Ma'am, it is on YouTube.
Hmm.
What we have to search?
Helen Keller. You'll get a small little girl there, and you'll see the story of Ane Nair. What are you doing there?
It is a true
Far away.
story.
Yeah, it is.
Hello, ma'am. Can I give the answer of?
Moksh, what were you saying? Yeah, I asked, what do we learn from these people? What do we learn from these people?
Ma'am, can I say
Yeah, Moksh.
that we learn from these people that never give up,
Never give up in life.
and we also see them. So we have to also thank God that we have these organs.
Yes. We should be thankful to God that He has made us with no faults. We are complete, right? We can see, we can talk, we can walk. We are a complete human being. There is nothing less in our life. Whenever you want to be happy, no, don't look at people who, you know, who are better than you, who are rich than you. Always look at people who are below you. who are not as happy as you, who don't have those many blessings in their life as you have. So when we crib, I don't have this, I wish I had this, think of people who don't even have what you have. Okay?
Ma'am,
Think of people who don't have what you have. Yes, Kashvi.
ma'am, we should not send the link. What about?
Huh? What?
Vishnu has sent the link about what? Ma'am, it is a YouTube link. Helen Keller. Full story of Helen Keller one.
Which link are you talking about, Kashvi? Which world are you in? Which link?
Ma'am, he is in the chat box. I can say
He sent a link in the chat box.
of Helen Keller.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is of Helen Keller.
Watch it. Watch it during the weekend. Hmm? You have a holiday on this Saturday, no? Watch it. Okay. Okay, the next one is look at the signs for the letters of the alphabet. We've already done this, right? Let's move to page number 87. Page number 87. Match the two parts of the sentences given under column A and B. Add but to join the two parts and write complete sentences. Now tell me, what is but? What is the word but?
Ma'am, it's a conjunction.
It's a conjunction. And what does it show? When do we use but? When do we use but in a sentence?
Ma'am, we use but to show different means that Rohan is good in studies, but he does not do his homework regularly. To show the means opposite thing of anything.
Contrary. When but is used, we're using two contrary sentences. Okay? Two contrary sentences. We are saying he's good also, but then the reason, another reason which is just totally opposite of what we just said. So it shows contrary things. Now look at the sentence. Helen lived after her illness. So what would be the second part? Her mother thought she could learn. She did not understand what she was doing. She could not hear or see. She was kind to Helen. She was very intelligent.
Ma'am, she could not hear or see.
Helen lived after her illness, but
she could not
she could not hear or see. Correct. Please add a but there and add number 1 in front of C.
Ma'am, but after Helen lived after her illness, we have to add a comma.
But, no comma. No comma. Next. She could not see or hear, but opposite. She could not see or
She
hear.
was very intelligent.
But she was very intelligent. Normally, people who cannot hear or see are not intelligent. It is very difficult to make them understand. But it was opposite for Helen. She could understand everything in one go. So she was very intelligent. People thought that she could not learn anything. But
her mother she could learn.
her mother thought that she could learn. Everybody thought that she could not learn. But her mother thought the opposite, that she could learn. Helen copied the words, but
She did not understand what she was
She did not understand what she was doing.
she did not understand what she was doing. Miss Sullivan was strict, but
She was kind to
she was kind to Helen. So after you are done with these 5 sentences, you have to copy these 5 sentences in on those lines which are given there. Okay, you have to copy those sentences. Helen lived after her illness, but she could not hear or see. There are 5 lines there. Okay. Okay. This is an exercise. Nice one. Read the following sentences. Her clothes were always dirty. Always dirty means all the time they were dirty. She was often angry. Often means most of the time she was angry. Sometimes she lay on the floor. Her parents never scolded her. Now you have to ask yourself the following questions which are given in the table below,
Ma'am.
which is the purple table. Yes, Aradhya? Yeah. So you have to ask yourself what?
Often mean
Often means very most of the times. Usually.
Ma'am, obey means obey.
Obey means we listen to others. When you listen to your elders, you obey them. You do what they say. Okay?
Ma'am, so what we have to write in this, we have to write A.
Wait, I'm explaining. Wait. So in the table below, we have to read the question and then we have to tick under the right column. So the first one is always, which means all the time. Often means most of the times, not all the time. Okay. There is a difference between always and often. Always means all the time. Often means most of the times. Sometimes means a little less. And never means you never ever listen to your parents. Okay. So the first one is obey your parents. So do you always obey your parents?
Always obey your parents.
sometimes.
Ma'am, always. Always obey your parents.
Obey, listen. Obey means you always listen to your parents. Whatever they say, you do that thing. That is called obeying your parents.
Often.
Quietly.
Always.
Quietly. No arguments. Mama says,
Sometimes.
stop watching the mobile and start studying. You do start studying, but after a little argument. No, not right now. I will do it after half an hour. So that is not called obeying. That is called arguing first.
I sometimes
But
will not do that.
Then we are
We honestly talking, we do not always obey our parents. I know.
Often.
We often obey our parents, or some naughty children sometimes obey their parents. And
Or
more
not.
Excuse me, ma'am.
never obey their parents.
Or some never.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Manya.
It yesterday only happened. I was seeing a movie at night. My mother said, "Now close it. It's too." So
So what
I
did you say?
closed it. Okay, chalo. हो गया. Then uh, in this week, not in this week, but a day or many times, my mother says me, now shut down it. So I said that only 5 minutes, and I
Continue
Finish
it
the
for half
movie.
an hour. Right? Okay. Next is depends on you. Do you visit your grandparents always? Do you visit them often, sometimes, or never? Now here, some children may be living with their grandparents, some are not living with their grandparents, right? So if you're visiting them once a week or maybe during your weekends or some days, you mark it accordingly, according to your wish.
Sometimes.
Somewhere.
Ma'am,
Ane
I
says
go
somewhere.
on weekend to my grandmother's home.
So you write sometimes.
Ma'am.
And I have a doubt that there is written fight with your brother or sister, but I don't have any brother or sister. I have only cousin brothers and
So
sisters.
you write about them, keeping in mind your cousins. You can write. Yes, Manya.
Ma'am, my grandparents live at my home, so what do I do?
So you write always.
Okay, ma'am. My also grandparents lived
With you. With you. So you write always. You can always go to their room and visit them, no?
What
You don't
I
have to
can
go
write?
out and visit them.
My grandparents in my grandparents are in Bhavnagar.
So you write them sometimes. You might be going once a year or twice a year, no?
No, I'm not like for 5 times in a year.
How much? How much?
I don't know.
4 to 5 times you said?
Yeah,
So
in
you
a
write
year.
sometimes.
Hello,
Sometimes.
ma'am.
Yes, Moksha.
Ma'am, in the last one, it is written dear pages of from your notebook. So I,
Moksha. Which sentence are we on? Your Shatabdi. Please put a halt on your Shatabdi.
ma'am, what is meaning of Satat?
Yes, what is the meaning of that? I'll
Who
check.
doesn't
I
know?
didn't get.
Who doesn't know?
I
Go.
what is Shatabdi?
What is a Shatabdi?
What did you say?
Shatabdi is an express. Shatabdi is a train.
Shatabdi is a fast train, fastest train. Okay.
No,
And
the
your
fastest train
speed
is
is like that
Vande Bharat.
only. We all are on number 3 and you are on number 8.
Ma'am, we are in Mokshi.
I know. Ane, what happened?
Ma'am, I have finished.
I have finished. See, he's another one. He's a bullet train.
Ma'am, I also have finished.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Listen. Next is help others. How often do you help others? You always help others. You often,
Always.
sometimes, never.
Always.
This one is good. Throw waste in the dustbin.
Always.
Always. The point here is listen. We throw waste in the dustbin because we know it is supposed to be thrown in the dustbin. But the question here is how often do we go and throw it? Do we not, after eating a packet of chips or something, hand it over to mama? Please go and throw it in the dustbin. Please.
No, never. Never.
All those who are smiling right now,
My elder sister.
all those who are smiling right now are doing all this.
Ma'am,
Like Ajvi, Moksha,
Ne-
then I know these are doing Aradhya.
Ma'am,
I know these are doing this.
Only sometimes I tell her. You Ma'am,
Moksha has leave the meeting.
that stuff I will just throw it in the bin.
What
I
done?
share with my uncle. Whenever I eat a banana also, I eat the banana, I just directly just put it in the dustbin. Ma'am, I always
So we do not throw it in the dustbin, right? So don't write always there, okay? We know that it is supposed to be thrown in the dustbin, but we sometimes
Ma'am,
can.
I have right never.
So where do you throw it?
Ma'am, I will try.
In your room. Okay, next. Switch off the lights when you go out of the room. No.
Always.
Always.
Never,
Always.
ma'am. Never.
I don't believe this.
Never.
No. Never. You people go out of the room and then mama screams. With this, the lights are being on.
Ma'am, I do it often.
Yes.
Huh?
I've done all the
I do
things.
it most the times.
Most of the time. Okay, fine. Leave the tap on while brushing your teeth. This is
Sometimes.
Always.
Sometimes.
no, 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 no. Always. Aradhya, always. Stage.
Ma'am, good.
Ma'am, never. Ane,
Never.
Ane says. Ane.
Never.
Ma'am, I said sometimes.
Ane, Ane, do you leave the tap on while brushing your teeth?
Never. But these people are in good things they say never, and bad things they say always.
I know.
Anna is in hospital. He's liking
He's in school.
it.
He's in school right now.
See, I've done all the things.
Okay. The last one is tear pages from your notebook.
Never.
Oh my god.
And I don't know how to teach
Yes, Viva, you want to say something? You might never. You never tear pages. Yes, Moksh. What is it?
Ma'am, in this one, sometimes when I write wrong the whole page, I have to tear it up. So, what I write, I don't tear up a page without any means that thing.
So you tear pages, but you don't tear pages without a reason.
Yes.
Okay.
So, ma'am, what do I write?
Ma'am, sometimes.
So sometimes you do, no?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
at the first.
Mine is also same. So I also do sometimes.
Ma'am, I
Yes,
One by one. Yeah, Vihan.
I can say mine. I have written always, often, sometimes. I can say that. When the always I have written E only, E1, throw waste in the dustbin, and the A D F in often, A D and F in often,
Okay.
and B C G in sometimes, and H in never.
Let me not obey our parents.
What, Tej?
Ma'am, he doesn't obey our parents.
He's a boy.
Ma'am,
I say often only, sometimes I don't. I say no, I will not do.
He's written he often obey his parents. He sometimes doesn't obey them. Okay. From newspapers and old magazines, collect stories or reports of courageous children. Draw pictures of the story and talk about the story. Anybody has these kind of stories in some magazines? Not a storybook. In a magazine or a newspaper, if you've read, sometimes there is
I
a
have a lot
news.
of magazines. I have one.
So there are news in the newspaper that a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old boy saved another boy from drowning, or
I saw one thing like that only in newspaper, but I don't know where is the newspaper right.
so what was it? Tell us the story. You read the story?
But I do not remember at all. It was a 5-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Just telling.
5. Sometimes it is like that there is an accidentally lit fire in the house, maybe because of say
Ma'am,
a diya we have at home, or a short circuit, and the child's grandparents are sleeping and there is a fire at home, and then
excuse me, ma'am. Can I say something?
can I say something first? Can I complete what I have to say?
Ma'am,
So
I left
he
this one.
takes he acts wisely and maybe calls the fire department or informs, wakes up his elders at home and tells them to move out of the house so that nobody gets harm, and then they call the fire
Ma'am,
department.
I have.
Ma'am, it is now a story captive
Have you read
child.
these kind of stories?
Ma'am,
These
I have
stories,
not read. I have seen in real.
Ma'am, this
okay,
is in magic pot.
listen. The stories that you get in storybooks, no, they are not real stories. But the stories that you have read in magazines or newspapers are the real stories. They have happened in real life. Yes, Ane, what is it? Tell me.
Ma'am, at sixth or seventh floor, one boy has locked his door. He was alone in the room. His
Okay,
mother was making food.
okay,
So she was calling, where is he? Then he was crying inside the room.
okay.
His mother called the fire engine and
Then what did the fire engine people do?
they broke the door.
So for that, a fire engine a firefighter had to be called.
I don't know what happened.
That's a wrong person to be called. No, a carpenter should have been called.
A firefighter has been called.
Then
There
how
was
did he break? He broke the door. How did he break the door? By kicking?
Hatora.
Ma'am, you are right. A carpenter should
Then
be
the carpenter would
called.
have should have been called.
The
What
door
did he trouble the firefighters?
They
Ma'am,
tried.
you know.
See, the purpose of calling a firefighter can also be, suppose if you take this case where what Ane is talking, if that person, the child is on sixth floor, and there is a balcony which is in the room in which he's locked himself, there is a balcony outside, which is on the outer side of the building. So if a firefighter comes, you have seen they've got long windows, extendable windows. I'm saying stairs. They have long stairs which are extendable, so they can actually use those stairs to climb the balcony of the house and then get the child out of the house, right? That's the purpose of a firefighter.
Man,
But here, if he wanted to break the door, only a carpenter would should have been called, or probably a person who makes new keys. You know, when we lose our keys, we go to a
it
person
must be
who
like
makes
that
new
only.
keys for us. What, Ane?
You know when that only.
What, Ane?
I was trying to say that only.
What?
That you said now.
A person who opens the keys. You know, that person has a key which opens all locks.
Yes,
Skeleton key.
he
That's
was
called
a
skeleton.
3 year child. 3 years.
Yeah. Or they have instruments by which they can open the door. Why was a firefighter disturbed? I don't know.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Danya.
Ma'am, I want to talk with you in the last.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, Kashmi. Tell
Ma'am,
me.
you know, yesterday only my chatty told one 4 years boy was watching phone and by mistake the phone fell down from the 13th floor.
Then
Then I don't know, but my chachi told me only this.
so what happened then? What is the incident that happened?
Ma'am, in the society, all of the members come out, and there was a little fire in the society from the phone.
From the phone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, it happened. Ma'am,
What do people say in the same society?
no, ma'am. When we sleep, keep the phone in charging. Now, after the battery full, let the phone. After some time, we don't close. Take out the phone. Let it blast.
And children, when you're charging the phone, no, please don't use earphones while you're charging the phones.
Ma'am, I do not charge my mother's phone. When you start, then only I take the phone.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, children, time is up. All of you can join your next class. Yes, folks, tell me.
Bye. Bye, ma'am. Ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye,
Hello,
ma'am.
ma'am. I was telling that my brother Devans once was watching mobile and it blast on his hand.
Ma'am.
Was it on charge?
I think so. It was on charge and it blast.
See,
Ma'am.
and you shouldn't use earphones while you're charging the phone. It'll blast in your ear.
Ma'am, I want
Yes, Dani. Yeah, Dania.
Ma'am, yesterday I came in the paper.
Show me.
See.
Wow, you become famous. Very nice.
Ma'am.
Very nice. Keep this, cut this clipping and get it laminated.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice, Tanya. Very nice. Good.
Ma'am,
job.
our school
Good
is
morning,
started.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Ma'am, Dania has to go on Friday to Aravali, Modasa. She is going to represent Gujarat, Surat in the Gujarat State Tournament.
Oh, great, great, great. All the best, Tanya.
She's one of the youngest player who is going from Surat.
Okay, great. All the best. Win another one for us.
Yes, ma'am. So Friday's class, she will not be able to attend. So if any test or something is there, please allow her to do her later on.
English is not there. Nothing is there.
If homework or anything will come, she will definitely submit it from there. But any other work or class is there, then we can
Sure, ma'am.
only for Friday.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, Vita. Bye. Bye,
Ma'am.
children.
Ma'am, our
Yes.
school is started. My big brother's school is started.
Yeah, Monday. Monday it is starting, right? 20th
Ma'am, at
September.
20 September.
I know.
Ma'am, our
Yours?
school will also.
No, not so soon. Maybe after Diwali. Not right now.